Hi everyone, welcome back to another gameplay of Infinitode the 2. So this is yet again another video about stage 6.3, another analysis video. And now in this video I'm gonna show you guys the results of my tasks on this level after I tried Wong's strategy for stage 6.3. I wanna here thank a lot this person, this fellow player, because his insight on, just a very quick tip on how loot rarity works, just completely changed my approach to stage 6.3, and I was able to find a much better way and a much more optimized way from the video just uploaded yesterday. So Wong, thanks again, and I really want to thank you for your insight. And now guys, I want to just share with you what this new way of approaching 6.3 looks like. And now it's very simple as idea, but it's something that it never occurred to me, and that's why it's like all those ideas that are very simple, but at the end of the day they're also genius. And now the idea is, when you start this level, you don't place any miners. I know it sounds crazy, but actually this makes the loot to become more rare, because loot rarity, remember guys, is related to the amount of time you have played in the game, in the level, right? So the longer your time becomes in a certain stage, the more the loot rarity increases. Of course, you still have to depend on your research. So if your loot rarity total amount because of your research is pretty lowish, you're gonna, well, of course, earn less legendary loot or less higher tier loot. But it doesn't really matter. Even if your loot rarity is like level 1, you can still benefit from waiting. So you very simply here in this level, what you do, you just wait. You wait and you give time so that your loot becomes more rare. Now in my case, because of the fact that I'm playing with max endless, my loot rarity is maxed. And from my tests, I was able to see that if I wait until I have 9 energy right here, and then I place an Infinite Miner, the loot that I get right away, it's already legendary. And this was something super cool, because of the fact that if you guys have ever realized, if you start the game, your loot is always very bad at the start. Then it becomes better the more you play. So for example here, if I place this miner now, and I'm gonna get also these towers level 3, and then I get here some abilities, alright, and then I got this miner level 4, see that the loot I get from the very first second, from the very first enemy, is already legendary. And so I'm not wasting any loot for like lower tiers, like for very rare items, or for rare items, or for epic items. I'm already earning legendary, and consequently my bid dist, so the total amount of bid dist I earn, is also higher. And remember here, there is no difference in terms of time. The total time that you play is gonna still be the same, but because of the fact that the loot rarity is much higher right from the beginning, like right from when you start farming, that's why it's so much better. And yeah, it's just insane. And actually there is almost like the fact that you don't play for the first like 2 minutes of real time in the level almost means that all the loot that you could potentially gain is like stored. And so when you place the miner and you start earning all the loot, you earn all the loot from all the previous time that you didn't earn anything. So it's like you earn a ton more loot than if you would earn it from right at the beginning. And it's insane, like the amount of loot, and especially of bid dist that you get with this method, with this very simple way of just waiting and then placing a miner after you have like 9 energy or 10 energy. It's insanely more effective. And look at this now. I'm gonna end this game, and it's gonna be a total time of about 3 minutes and 40. You can see here 3 minutes 39 seconds around this time. And look at the amount of bid dist. I got almost 9,000 bid dist in 3 minutes and 40. And this is a lot more efficient than what I showed you in yesterday's, in my past video. So yeah, it's insane. And it's all thanks to this different approach. You don't place a miner right away, but you wait. You wait, and then you place it afterwards. And so the loot you collect is already more rare. So the chance of getting bidders also increases. And yeah, that's super cool. So once again, I just want to show you guys this so that you can also start using it in your farming on 6.3, especially for endless. Remember, always try to play on the highest difficulty possible on endless. And now one thing though that you're gonna really need if you want to follow this strategy is actually coins generated per minute. Because of the fact that you're not destroying any enemies, you're not getting coins by that. So you're gonna need somehow to be able to increase your total amount of coins. So then, you know, once 2 minutes have passed, you can actually place your Infinite miner and you're going to upgrade it at least like level 2 or level 3. You're gonna need this extra amount of coins. There is also one very important upgrade here that you can get from the star research. So this one should be free. Instead, this one well, it's gonna cost a little bit more because it's just endless. On a normal mode, I think you can only upgrade it up to level. Actually, you can even upgrade it. So there isn't even a way to increase your coins per minute. It's only something you have on endless. So that might reduce a little bit at the start maybe the loot you can earn, because of the less amount of coins you can earn, even if you don't kill any enemies. But I strongly suggest you to try to use this different approach to 6.3 and then see for yourselves if you're gonna be able to collect more bidders in this way. And actually here I have created a table on Excel where I just summarized all my tries on this level using this strategy. So using this waiting at the beginning, not placing the miner right away, but waiting until I got 10 of energy, and then placing it, and then seeing the amount of bidders compared to the amount of score and the amount of time played on each run. And I got here also some ratios, bidders per score and also bidders per second. I think this stat right here is going to be the most important one. And you can see that the best ratio and the best efficiency comes from this one right here. So playing for this amount of time, you can see here the bidders I got. The range, it's so large because of the fact that it's just RNG. In certain rounds you're going to be able to earn more bidders, in certain rounds you're going to earn less. So it just depends, but the overall amount of bidders I was able to earn with the amount of research I have was this one. And total time here 3 minutes and 37, so very quick gameplay. And you can see that the bidders per second was between 38.7 and 41.4. So very high and very good. Then here I've listed some other tries I did because of the fact that I was curious to see if my miner would be not level 4, right, but maybe level 5, so spawning more enemies, if there would be a change in the amount of bidders I was able to earn in the same amount of time. So you can see here I took the same amount of time and I just tried to instead get the miner level 5 and seeing the amount of bidders. And you can see that here it's within the same range. So there isn't a significant difference if you have your mining level 5, so if you have more mining speed or if you have a little bit less. And now remember here that the level is not really important. The important thing is the speed. So it's the total speed, as I already explained in my last video. So don't really worry about trying to upgrade the miner exactly to that level, because that's not really the important thing. The important thing is the level, and it's the speed that you get with that level. So if you're with your research, you get the miner up to level 5 and your total speed is, I don't know, 70, also counting the fact that you have 2 mining speed modifiers, then you're gonna go for more miners. So you're gonna place another infinite miner. So in that way, with counting them both, 70 plus 70, the total speed becomes 140. That it's very close to the amount I used when I did this test and when I was able to find this amount of bidders. Of course, even if you have the optimal speed, but your loot rarity, loot frequency, and bit dust drop rate is not maxed, you're gonna be able to earn less bit dust. But this, of course, is something that you already know, and it's something that you just need to progress through. But remember about the speed that is important. It's not really the actual level, but it's the speed that you gain with that level. So yeah, that's just one thing I wanted to remember you. And then another thing I tried here was I tried once again with having the miner level 4, but then placing the miner not at like having 10 energy, but at placing it at 9, so a little bit earlier. I wanted to see if that affected the loot in the same amount of time. As you can see here, always the same total time of playing the level. And you can see that here, once again, the loot, the amount of bit dust was within the same range I got from like starting at level 10 with energy level 10. So like energy, starting with having 9 of energy or 10 of energy doesn't really seem to affect that much the overall amount of bit dust you earn, even if the total time is exactly the same. So yeah, these are the results of my research. So now remember, guys, try to play for this amount of time. If you play any longer, what I was able to see, and you even see it from these numbers, is that the longer you play, the lower the ratio becomes of bit dust over time. So you start earning less bit dust per second. So that's why you wanna keep the gameplay short. You wanna use this trick, as thanks to Wong, as I was able to find, also of not placing a miner right away, but you wait, and then you place it when you have around the 10 energy or 9, as I showed you before. And yeah, now once again, I recommend to go with Infure because of the fact that just one splash can take care of all the enemies that are going to be spawned by this miner. If you place, for example, at Tensor, you're going to already have some regulars, healers, armored, so some type of enemies that your splash might struggle against. So you might need to upgrade it more or to place more towers. And that's something that you want to avoid because of the fact that you want to spend, especially at the start, you're going to try to upgrade the miner as fast as possible so you can actually reach the amount of speed that you need. So yeah, that's why I still recommend to go for this miner. Also because of the fact that you get more loot already, because fighters, you get loot from the external layer, and then you got the loot from the 3 minor enemies inside. So you have already more potential loot from these type of enemies than from like regulars or from any other enemy type. So that's why I recommend to go for Infure. You can see here I'll upgrade level 4 with double mining speed modifier. My total speed is 180. So when you're trying to follow this strategy, remember to have a number that looks or is close to this one. So the total speed, even if you have to place more miners, remember your total speed must be close to this number. If you can achieve it because you lack a lot of research, don't worry, but try to get as close as possible, because that is really maximizes the amount of potential loot you can earn. And yeah, that's really it for this gameplay. So I hope that this video was helpful. Once again, thanks to Wong for the very useful insight. And as always, thanks for watching and see ya. Bye bye.